la la, yeah, boy. La la, yeah, boy. Zone beats, boy.
All right, our first bout is 4 3-minute rounds, professional heavyweight fight. Coming out of the red corner will be Alistair Boyd from Auckland, New Zealand. Alistair.
Alistair Boyd won his fight his last time out, a split decision win over Jamie Edis in Auckland. This is his 5th fight this year, so he's ready.
96.20 for Alistair. He is fighting a gentleman by the name of Sam Watt from Christchurch. His on debut here. Sam, come on up.
Sam had a very strong amateur background. He's competing now, the present New Zealand amateur super heavyweight champion, so we'll see how he does tomorrow night. He works for the Super Rugby champion Crusaders as an accountant, so not only is he tough, he's smart.
103.05. All right, gentlemen, we'll get you in front of the scale there. Face forward first. This fight's brought to you by the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation of New Zealand. Face one another, boys. Fantastic. You boys go get something to eat. That is fight number 1, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now fight number 2 is a female Pro Box New Zealand welterweight women's title. And these two girls, I had the opportunity to ring announce them down in Christchurch a couple of months ago, and it was the fight of the night, to say the least. These two girls are the nicest girls you want to meet outside the ring, but once they get inside those ropes, just psychopathy just takes over. It's unbelievable. So we're going to bring up Megan McLennan. Megan, come on up here. She's from Christchurch.
Megan is from Christchurch. She had an extensive amateur background fighting corporate events, several Muay Thai fights, and now she's coming to boxing. We're looking forward to seeing her fight.
65.55 for Megan. Fantastic. Okay, and she is fighting out of the blue corner, also from Christchurch. I think it's fantastic that all these Christchurch fighters got a chance to show their wares on the big show. Michaela Jenkins. Come on up, Michaela.
Michaela Jenkins, an extensive career in kickboxing. She's New Zealand's 66 kg Muay Thai champion.
66.45. Get you ladies to face off in the front. Face off one another. And now face forward, ladies. This is sponsored by Flooring Extra. Thank you, ladies. Okay, bout 3 is it's a catch weight in super middleweight. It's an up-and-comer, and we have one of our killers, basically, in the super middleweight division. So this is a very interesting fight indeed. I'm going to bring up first Andre Mikhailovich. Andre, come on up here.
Andre Mikhailovich won his last fight in November. He stopped James Uoka. He's considered one of the top prospects in New Zealand in professional boxing right now. This is his 7th fight this year.
This fight is brought to you by Duco Events.
73.65, weight correct for catch weight.
73.65, that is correct weight for catch weight. Okay, he is fighting Adrian Tai here. Adrian, come on down. He's from Auckland, New Zealand.
Adrian's 15-4-2 with 7 knockouts. He turned pro in Auckland in February of 2008, stopping his first 3 pro opponents by first-round knockouts. This guy can bang.
Weight correct for catch weight.
73.95, so we will have this catch weight fight on after all. We'll get you gentlemen to face off in front of the scale. Once again, this is brought to you by Duco Events. All right, face forward. All right, thank you, boys. We'll see you in the office tomorrow night. Are you ready, Colonel, for bout 4? You know who it is, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready for this?
I am.
Because it's coming. Bout 4 is a special heavyweight. It is scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds of heavyweight boxing action. I would like to bring to the scales now, ladies and gentlemen, Manu Vatuvai, the Beast.
Mano, you know better than I do. He was the great Warriors winger who played a key role in the Kiwis' World Cup winning performance in 2008. A great guy and a great athlete. Manu Vatuvai.
116.35.
116.35 for Manu.
Mano's really ready. He's been trained by Monty Beetham, and look at that body. You really cut down the weight. You look terrific. God bless you, son.
And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, the Brown Butterbean.
Brown Butterbean, an all-around great guy. He's done great things for people trying to lose weight. You know about him. Butterbean, motivational, and all the beaners are back there. And at first, when he
Hold on,
started
take off
out,
that fanny pack.
At first, when he started out, he was the guy you love to hate. Now he's a guy you just plain love.
110.45. When I met David Latelli, ladies and gentlemen, he was 210 kg. So basically, with my shoes on right now and all the snacks I have in my pocket, he's lost to Lieutenant Dan.
Thanks, Lieutenant Dan. And it looks, I wasn't meant to speak, but I will. Again, I just want to thank the sponsor, Flores, and also Duco for putting this amazing show on, and also Brian Barry. This card's definitely the best that I've been on with the caliber of fights that are on. Now, earlier in the week, I challenged the media to put what I was saying in to prove that you don't have to do stupid stuff like I used to get into the news. Well, you know, you all let me down, and you all failed that challenge. Well, I challenge you again today to put what I'm saying in. Why did only Stuff put it in when all the other media were there? Tomorrow I fight on Joseph Park undercard. I fight for the people. I fight for the people at the bottom, looking up, thinking that they can't do it, thinking that life's too much and they just can't get out of the gutter. I am proof. I'm proof that you can, and I am what breaking the cycle looks like. And all of my team that travelled down here, there's lost in that corner there. Not only have they lost nearly half a ton, just with the people that are there, they've gotten their lives back. So boxing has also copped a lot of bad press in the past. Well, you know, boxing has helped me turn my life around. 4 years ago, I came back from Australia with nothing, depressed, broke, and hated my life, wanted to drive into a pole every day. Through boxing, it got my family back, and it's put me back to where I should be, and that's on top. Thank you very much.
All right, we'll get you guys to face off in front, please. All right, face forward. This is sponsored by Duco Events. 4 3s. All right, thank you, boys. Go grab something to eat. Fantastic stuff. Good stuff, man. All right, bout 5 is scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds of professional cruiserweight boxing action. It is another circle this fight on the calendar. It's a fantastic one here. We're going to bring Lance Bryant out first. Check that. We're going to bring David Light out. David Light, come on up here.
David Light is considered a real prospect in New Zealand boxing. His record's 10-0, 7 knockouts. He hails from the North Shore, Auckland, New Zealand. $89.85 for
David the Great White Light. Thank you, sir. Don't go too far, David. All right, you'll be fighting Lance Bryant, ladies and gentlemen. Lance, come on up here.
Lance Bryant, another good one. Great amateur background, 5-time national amateur champion. At age 33, he's decided to get back into boxing, turned pro in February of 2014, and won his first 3 professional fights.
90.05. We get you guys in front of the scale, please, to face off. Get a little closer. Little closer. Little closer. I'm talking to the ring girls. A little closer. No, closer to me, ring girl. All right, face forward, gentlemen. All right, thank you very much. Sponsored by Hyde Advertising Group. That is a fight to circle. All right, bout 6 is for the Pro Box Pacific Welterweight Championship. It is scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds. It's good to have a little international flair here on the undercard as well. Sebastian Singh from Fiji, come on up here on the stage.
Sebastian had an October win, a 10-round unanimous decision win over Franco Frazier in his last fight in Fiji. He's a southpaw.
Now we got Pat Leonard here from the NZPBA, and we got Steve Scott, who is the supervisor for Pro Box New Zealand. And those are the 2 out of the 3 titles on the card. The 3rd title will be a WBO title.
.45 overweight for welter.
It's a super welterweight contest. It's not a welterweight contest. Super welter.
Super welter.
I was told welter at the beginning. Super welter, that's fine.
Then we'll let him fight.
Okay, that's fine.
Super welter's 69, not 72.
Super, they said 76.2.
72.45 is what he weighed.
They said super middle, so super middle at 76.2. Make up your mind, please, because I'm going on the information I was given.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get Bowen up on the stage. We'll see what Bowen Morgan from Christchurch weighs in, and then we'll sort it out. Okay? Bowen Morgan, ladies and gentlemen. Get him to weigh in. We'll get these guys to face off.
Bowen Morgan, you know well. He's from right here in Christchurch. He's 18-1. Fantastic amateur career, 83 international wins, including gold in Serbia, silver in Finland, and represented New Zealand in the Commonwealth Games in Scotland. Bowen Morgan.
69.80 for Bowen. Okay, we'll get Mr. Singh and Bowen Morgan up on stage here to face off. And then we'll figure out the logistics of what weight division this will be in a little bit.
So it's middleweight.
Middleweight.
You're happy, Steve? Middleweight? Fine, it's a middleweight contest.
Still Pro Box title? Okay. Fantastic. All right, we'll get you guys in front of the scale. All right, boys, face forward. This fight is sponsored by The Rock. Thank you, gentlemen. It is now a middleweight championship contest. Okay, our next fight, ladies and gentlemen, bout 7 is our feature undercard bout. It is for the WBO Interim Oriental Heavyweight title. It's scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds of action. It is, again, an international flair to this one. So please welcome to the stage from Argentina, Rogelio Omar Rossi.
Rogelio Omar Rossi comes here, 20 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw, 13 knockouts. He's a southpaw. He's a very dangerous puncher. Like Farr, he's had a 4-year layoff from 2012 to 2016. But
101.45 for Rogelio, 101.45. And he is fighting a gentleman who is an undefeated professional fighter at 15-0. Ladies and gentlemen, Junior Fa. Come on, Junior.
Junior, you know him well as he had a solid amateur career, including 2 victories over Joseph Parker. He's a Lou DiBella promoted fighter now, and you're going to see a lot more of him in action. Junior Farr.
115.50. All right, in front of the scale, gentlemen, face one another. Once again, scheduled for 10 threes. All right, face forward, gentlemen. This bout is sponsored by Christchurch, New Zealand. All right, thank you, boys. All right, that'll bring us to our main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's the international heavyweight contest of, I believe it's been changed to 12 3-minute rounds. I've heard 10, but I'm going to go with 12. If it changes on the night, I'll own it. Please welcome from USA, Rolling Heights, California, Alexander Flores, ladies and gentlemen.
Alexander Flores is 17-1-1 with 15 knockouts. I had breakfast with he and his wife this morning. A lovely guy, very tough, very hard puncher. And like Joseph, this is a very important fight in his career. The victory over Joseph will put him in the top 10. So he knows what he has to do, and we expect to see him start fast. And this fight could be fast and furious for as long as it goes. Here he is, Alexander Flores.
107.95 for Alexander the Great Flores. And the guy that he's fighting, ladies and gentlemen, well, he's one of the favorite sons of both Samoa and New Zealand. He's had a rough go over it last couple of fights, losing 2 in a row. Back here now where the rubber hits the road to kind of bring things back to the way they were. Ladies and gentlemen, Lupe Soliai La'auli Ole Maliatoa, Joseph Parker.
Joseph Parker with his trainer, Kevin Barry. Kevin, of course, is from here in Christchurch, and thrilled to have Joseph making his comeback fight right here in Christchurch. Joseph, 24-2, fought for the World Championship, won the world title, and gave it up to Anthony Joshua, and a lot of people thought he could have won that fight. And I know for a fact, after watching his training sessions, that all the mistakes he made in that fight, he's been training for.
109.25. All right, we'll get you guys to face off in front of the scales, please. All right, boys, face forward. Sponsored by Flooring Extra. This is the big one, the main event of the evening. Thank you, boys. While we have you up here, I'm going to ask Kevin a couple questions here. Kevin, just asking about how Joe's training camp has gone this time out. How many weeks deep are you guys, and how do you feel things are going this time around?
Well, this is a really important fight for us. You know, as you know, we're coming off back-to-back losses in 2 of the biggest fights in the world this year. And our opponent, Alexander Flores, is a serious guy, a guy who has really stepped up to this opportunity. We were originally hoping to make this an all-New Zealand fight, and we put the offer out there to Junior Farr, but his team weren't quite ready just yet. But Alexander Flores stepped up, and all credit to him and his team. Joe knows that his career is on the line in this fight. You know, we came up short against Anthony Joshua. We lost our world title belt. We took the Dillian White fight on short notice on 5-week camp in Vegas. And we had him out in the last round. We couldn't quite get the deal done. You can see Joe weighing on the scales at 109.3. He's in phenomenal shape. A lot of people said, oh, you know, is Joe going to get up for this fight? Is he looking past Alexander Flores? Let me tell you this. We've prepared harder for this fight than the other 2 fights this year. And looking at Joe on the scales, you guys know the shape he is in. He's fighting for his career, and you're going to see a very explosive, a very dominant, a very powerful Joseph Parker, who has a lot to prove on Saturday night. And we love being here in Christchurch, and I love being home here in Christchurch.
Thank you, Kevin.
And in fairness, we'll give Alexander a chance to meet you folks I met him a couple of weeks ago in Joseph's and Kevin's gym in Las Vegas, and we had breakfast together with he and his wife. He's a lovely guy, but you're here for serious business, Alexander. It means as much to you to win this fight as it does to Joe.
Absolutely. I mean, beating Joseph Park will give me a step closer to my dream, and that's to become the first Mexican-American heavyweight champion of the world.
So to be, we've had one Latino champion in Johnny Ruiz, but to be the Mexican heavyweight champ of the world would be something, I mean, really unbelievable in all of Latin America.
Absolutely. It'll go down in the book, so every time they talk about a Mexican-American, my name will come up.
Could you give us just a small idea of what we can expect from you? We know your record. We know that you're a big banger. What can we look for tomorrow night?
It's going to be a great fight. I think they're underestimating me, which I hope not. But they're in for a big surprise, I can tell you that.
All right, a terrific kid, a great fighter. Good luck to you. All the very best.
Zone beats, boy.